What needs to be done to drive this out of professional hockey? We'll talk in just a moment to the Director of Communications for the Toronto Game Hockey Association.
Hey guys, decided to film my video at school, so that's where I am. This week's topic, the most exciting part of transitioning, or the most exciting thing about it, or the greatest thing about being trans. And contrary to anything I said last week, it's actually pretty great. You know, there are shitty things about being trans. Most of them have to do with people around you, being mean because they're terrified of living. It's a strange thing, eh? Like, I don't understand, what are you so scared of? Just relax. Just relax, calm down, let people do what they want to do. Maybe you're just jealous because trans people are living their lives the way they want to. And you're like, hey, why can't I do that? Why can't I have the balls? Man, alright, well, I'm just going to fucking make them feel shitty about it. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll fix it. Now, come on, calm down, people. Let's be happy. Here, let me lighten the mood, if you will. Permit me. Kind of cheer everyone up. I am the only 25-year-old man in my neighborhood that all the 50-plus-year-old women can come to and ask for menopause advice. Think about that, eh? That's pretty interesting. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, so, what was I talking about? Ah yes, the benefits of being trans. Let's go for a walk, shall we? So, as I was saying, the only really downside to being trans, two of them are your discomfort with your body, which typically tends to get a bit better as you transition and you learn to become accepting of what you have, which is obviously something I'm still working on, according to my last video. For the most part, I'm pretty okay with my body. It's just when other people are involved with it intimately, I'm still struggling, but what can you do about that, eh? That takes time. Then the other downside is other people in general being assholes, and that's something you can't really get away from, and it's something that you're always going to face if you're living life the way you want to, because people don't like that. They don't like when anyone does that, so that's not going to go away, but it doesn't mean that you can't be happy eventually. My YouTube friend Erica was saying transsexual and transgender people have this je ne sais quoi of maturity and sort of almost enlightenment. That's one of the things I really like about it is, this is going to sound really bad, but feeling slightly superior to other people who haven't figured themselves out, and also kind of in general, just feeling superior because I have this sort of experience with the two ends of the spectrum. So that kind of gives me perspective that a lot of people don't ever get, and that's really sweet. And that kind of opens my mind to look at life in a different way, which a lot of people don't get to experience. So that's a pretty sweet thing about being trans. Another thing that's really neat, and this is more theoretical, so been reading Judith Halberstam, I'm saying that right, I hope, and her book, A Queer Time and Place. And she's talking about queer temporalities and geographies. She's suggesting in this book that queer people get the chance to rewrite human temporality. Typically, your average male, for example, is raised, goes to school, goes to university, gets a good job, usually meets a girl at university or somewhere in that period of time, develops a relationship, gets married, starts to do well at the job, a family is begun, working hard to support the family, put the children through school so that the cycle continues. So the whole idea of living is the family and supporting that. Queer people, you know, biological reproduction isn't necessarily possible for us. So, I'm sorry, I'm out of shape, hey? Jeez, walking and talking. It's not really a possibility for us usually. So, we have this chance to spend our lives in different ways, not focusing on starting a family, but focusing on ourselves, exploring the world, a lot of things that I could talk about, but I don't want this video to be crazy long. So that's really sweet too. I like that idea that it's not necessarily expected of me to start a family and to fit into that idea of what it means to be successful, because I get to make my own success now. What a little butterfly. See, that's what we are, you know. We're caterpillars right now, so we're kind of freaky. You know, some people really don't like caterpillars. They think they're, you know, with all their legs, and some are hairy with like the weird spiky hairs coming out of them, and just some people don't like it, want to crush them, destroy them, right? And then going through transition, when you start and you're kind of in the middle of it, so taking the hormones, getting the surgeries, that's your cocoon. And people are still like, oh, what is that thing hanging off of the tree branch? Oh, don't touch it, that's gross. Oh. Some people are like, man, that's so cool, look, it's a cocoon, it's going to be a butterfly soon, awesome. You know, and those are the people who support us and are like, yeah, your transition's so sweet, like, I'm so happy for you, it's great. Once you feel comfortable in your body, then you're the butterfly. You're beautiful, you're elegant, you're graceful, you know, most of the time. I'm not really into those things. I'm a weird butterfly, I guess. But yeah, no, you go through that transformation and you come out better, happier. You know, the purpose of the cocoon is fulfilled. You've transformed completely. You know, as a caterpillar, kind of depressed, you're just kind of moping around and eating, right? Maybe, I don't know. But as a butterfly, you're flapping all around. What was that, social butterfly? Is that the term, right? So, you know, get more comfortable, you kind of put yourself out in the world. Things get easier, and that's really sweet about being trans, is that you go through this really rough patch, and it takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage, and then coming out on the other end, it's all worth it, and life just seems great. And there's always going to be times that are tough, and there's always going to be a part of you that, you know, wishes you didn't have to go through this and just be normal. But I don't know, we are the prettiest butterflies, I'd say. Everyone who just fits into society. Moths. Does that make any sense? I don't know, this video. But yeah, the most exciting thing for me that I've experienced, the most exciting thing for me is when I see someone who knew me before, maybe in high school, hasn't seen me for years and years. I run into them now and they just are baffled by how different I am and how much happier I seem. And it's that I have never really noticed it because it's happened so slowly and it's just been this gradual thing for me. But for someone who hasn't seen me for years and knew me in high school as a kind of quiet and reserved person, to notice that it's that tangible that someone could be taken aback and like, wow, like you seem so happy now, you know? I think there are a few things in life that do that. Maybe being pregnant, I think, is one. People will say that you have that natural glow about you. I think there are a few natural things in life. There are things that we've constructed that make us happy, such as promotions at work, stuff like that. But like natural life events that just change you completely and make you a better person, I think, are few and far between. So that's the most exciting thing for me, is getting to experience one of those natural phenomenon of transforming completely into a much better person, I'd like to say. Alright, see you guys later, eh?